Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show. Don't touch that remote, ladies and gentlemen. I got a show here today. My guest is one of the most important guests I've ever had in my 26 years. Believe me, okay?
Wow.
And I'm not throwing you roses or anything. I'm just telling you the truth.
You can do that later.
Because education played a big part in my life, okay? And I'm from an 8th grade dropout. Here I am interviewing the president of the Montgomery County Community College. Now, you know, education so much that when I was on the police department, I put so many years in, and I was an 8th grade dropout, and somebody said, you better get an education because after you leave this job, you're going to have some kind of a diploma in your back pocket. You need more than that. And I did, and I enrolled in the community college, and I am one of the first graduating back in 1964. So, without further ado, I want to open my show, and I'll tell you who my guest is. But first, this song was written in 1907, okay? School days, dear old golden rule days, reading and writing and arithmetic taught to the tune of a hickory stick. When you were a queen in calico, I was a barefoot beau, and you wrote on my slate, I love Joe. When we were a couple of kids. Okay? Back to our youth. My guest today is Dr. Karen Stout, who is the president of Montgomery County Community College. Let me just tell you, you talk about power. She has power. She knows how to use it. You know, left hook, right hook, uppercut. She has under her command over 185 teachers. She has a student body of almost 13,000 or more. And the mascot is a Mustang. Woo, woo. And the school colors are maroon and silver. And junior high school was maroon and gray. And it's established in 1964. It was a mud hole over there when I went there in '64. And I was one of the first graduating class. And first class was above a shoe store in Cutchee-Hawken, and then Cutchee-Hawken High School was closed down. We used that for a while.
That's right.
And then we went to the mud hole up there, and they were building on. We were walking on planks and all. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are the president, and I understand you are leaving for a higher position. Your show now.
I don't know if it's a higher position.
Well,
but it's different.
More responsibility.
It will be advocating for community colleges across the country. So I'll be president of an organization called Achieving the Dream, which is an organization that helps community colleges reform their work so that more students that enter end up succeeding. And our country needs that. Our country needs students that start at community colleges to finish at community colleges, very much like you did. That opportunity that education gives someone to make a difference and to have economic mobility and to make a difference in their community.
Well, all right, now, how many years you been there?
A little more than 14.
14, okay. And what's some of the accomplishments within the last, how many years? 15?
Yeah, almost 15.
All right, what's some of the accomplishments?
I think
sidewalks for one thing.
Well, that's exactly where I was going to go. I mean, the Bluebell campus, the central campus, is no longer a mud hole. We've done a lot in the last 10 years with renovation. We have a new advanced technology center. We have a new fine arts center. We've totally renovated Park House Hall. We've renovated.
Park House, he was a county commissioner.
That was the county commissioner.
Yeah,
it used to be called Founders Hall, probably when you were at the college. College Hall has been renovated. We have a new children's center. So the entire.
You got all these things. What's your favorite? What's your favorite accomplishment?
What's my favorite accomplishment? Not the buildings. You know, we've done a lot with buildings. We have a West Campus. We have a new Culinary Arts Institute, which actually is a real fun accomplishment, I think. But the biggest, the thing I'm most proud of are the relationships that the college has established since I've been president. You know, when I got there, I wanted the college to be famous in Montgomery County. And I think we've moved to that center of the community. I think most people in the community know about the importance of their local community college.
It's one of the greatest things. Let me tell you, I'm a guy that I can't brag. I can brag and brag about how important education is.
Well, you're in the Alumni Hall of Fame.
Huh?
You're in our Alumni Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. That's another thing, you know. I'm a former police officer, Northtown Police, County Texas, the head of the juvenile division. I always say, you know, students, it's good. Get that education, okay? And don't get in any trouble. Get a juvenile record. If you get a juvenile record, then when you go for a job, you got a diploma here and a juvenile record there, and you're not going to get hired, you know. So get that and have that education, and it did so much for me, you know. Although I don't like to take tests, multiple choices. I crack up. But,
well, you know, and it's your song at the beginning of the show. You know, a lot of college is very similar to the way that it was in 1907, but a lot of it is much different. And when you think about the slate, the slate that was written on in 1907 is now, you know, the computer and the smart boards and
there's
text
another
messaging
song that goes. They added now like school days, computer, boom.
And one of the things I really am proud of is that Montgomery County Community College, for I think the last 10 years, has repeatedly been one of the most technology-savvy community colleges in the country. So right here in Montgomery County, this community college is top shelf. We're a national leader, not just in technology, but in some of the work that we're doing with helping students to enter and progress toward their degree. Having that degree, having that credential is so, so important, as you mentioned.
Right. All right, now, it's a community college. How's it support? What kind of support? Now, I know you're in the middle of a drive. I understand you got some kind of grant, and you got to match it. So let's talk about that. We'll get everybody out there, get your wallets out, get your checkbooks, okay? Let's go. All right, let's go.
Well, the college is funded traditionally by support from the county commissioners, the state, and then student tuition. And that's been the formula that has been at the foundation of the college since we were founded more than 50 years ago. The original formula was that 1/3 of our dollars would come from the county, 1/3 from the state, 1/3 from students. Over the years,
Why don't you call up Hillary Clinton and get some of that money she's getting from all over them and countries over there. Say, hey, Hillary,
well, we're very Hank, we're very entrepreneurial in our funding, so I'll have to put that in my to-do list. But over the years, that funding has changed a little bit. So now most of our funding comes from student tuition and fees, about 60%. County supports about 18%, and the state is about 23%. And a lot of different pressures on the funding entities have created that. So in order to keep tuition affordable, we've moved into a private fundraising campaign. So we've asked people to step up. We're trying to develop an endowment of $9 million called our Futures Rising campaign so that we can help students with their tuition and fees. Because we see the #1 barrier to getting into college and staying in college are finances. So if we can help more students in Montgomery County get access to the college and potentially graduate without debt, then they can transfer. And I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about our transfer agreements if I can. But that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a culture of philanthropy, that your local community college is worth your charitable investment. So we have a foundation. It's a separate incorporated entity from the college. And it has a number of volunteers who run it. And I'm very happy to report that this community is exceptionally supportive of their community college. We set a goal to raise $9 million. We're now at $10.2 million and still going in the campaign.
Still going, right.
Our biggest gift is a gift of $2 million. And that gift requires a $2 million match. So we're now trying to raise money between now and 2020.
Get your checkbooks out.
And anybody that is interested, in all seriousness, in helping the college and funding us as a charitable donation can contact the college, contact me at my email.
They send $10, $15, just start,
every little bit helps.
Years ago, it was President Roosevelt. He had polio, and he said a march of dimes. And people were sending dimes in, and there was just piles and piles of dimes, So now you get that green folding stuff like lettuce, boom, 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 get it out there, And, it's been so successful. The college has been so successful with I was so impressed with the teachers there when I was there. Now, remember now, here I was, an 8th grade dropout. I was 14 years on the police department. Here I'm going back to school. And I did not like school too much, okay? I wanted to be a professional boxer. I said, I don't need no education for that, okay? So I dropped out of school, you know, but I'm not, I don't know, I should say, I'm a little upset that the teachers at that time allowed me to drop out. When they saw that I had interest or something, I wasn't showing any interest and all, should have grabbed me by the collar and say, come on, you know, but they didn't do that. Teachers are so important in education, okay? Now, how does, you know, the high school, elementary, they plant the seeds, okay? High school, they, you know, fertilize, move it along. Now, how does your college work with the high schools to make the flowers grow, make the tomato plants grow, so we have tomatoes and they'll have spaghetti and all that stuff?
Well, we do a lot of work with the school districts in Montgomery County. It's kind of our bread and butter. So we start with working with high school students when they're in 10th and 11th grade. Many of them have access to college classes either on their high school campus or at the college or online. And we call those dual enrollment opportunities. So high school students can get high school credit and college credit at the same time. And our faculty then are working with high school faculty a lot of times to make sure that the high school curriculum is aligned with the college curriculum. We also have a program that you would have liked when you were back in high school and you left high school, and it's called our Gateway to College program. And that program helps students that have dropped out of high school or who are about to drop out of high school,
junior high school,
to come to the college for a full day experience. They get their high school, it's an alternative high school in a way. We call it our early college high school. Those students, many of them are very academically motivated. They just didn't fit with the high school environment. So they come to our campus, either Central Campus or West in Pottstown, and they have they're still a high school student. They take all their classes at the college. They're taught by college faculty.
Is that sort of removing a fear? Is there a fear in high school?
Well, I think it just gives a different environment, and some students just like to have, they don't thrive in a high school environment. So they come to a college, it's a different environment, it's a different support system. The faculty are trained to help students who want to have that alternative experience.
You know, I think myself, I went to both public and parochial schools. And when I went to parochial schools, I'm not knocking a Catholic, I'm a Catholic, okay? But I don't want to say, some of them nuns, oh my God, I was so scared of the nuns, I couldn't learn. I was scared.
So structure.
I had one nun, I mean, she had the backhand like Muhammad Ali, boom, you know.
Well, structure and context and peer support are all kind of those intangible things that influence whether students want to stay in high school or not. They come into the college environment and all of a sudden they thrive. They get an opportunity to graduate from high school, and many of them are earning college credits at the same time.
Well, you get the GED, that's what I did.
Well, yes, and then we have a GED program at our West Campus, which is more of a traditional
in other words,
kind
even
of
if you fall
program.
down, you're still another place picking you up. You're over here, until you get there.
That's the beauty of the community college. We are here to help the academically prepared, the academically unprepared, the motivated, the unmotivated. Whatever it takes, we will meet students where they are to help them get to graduation. You want to show that picture? Is that from a college?
That's me when I graduated from Montgomery County Community College.
There you go. Right. And so we have this whole completion challenge going on in our campus right now. It's called our Completion Fest. And we ask students to sign a pledge that they're going to graduate. And that is a very inspiring photograph.
Well, and this led me to the education on taking tests. As a policeman, I put 26 years with that police department. And then I became a boxer, okay? And then I got married.
So let's put the married one, let's put that one down for a second. Let's look at the ones, I mean, I think this is really interesting and instructive for students watching this.
That was my last day on the police department. I took the uniform off.
Because we all don't know exactly what we want to be when we grow up, right?
Well,
Did you know what you wanted to be?
My father was a shoemaker. We all worked in a shoe shop.
And one of the things
that
the community college experience does is it helps a student navigate and explore and figure out exactly what they want to do and leave with a credential so that they can transfer to any number of colleges and universities.
Can I give you an experience?
Absolutely.
I think we learn from somebody else. You know, you go in the gymnasium and see how a guy, I think, I never learned how to learn. I think that's one of my things that I never, until I went to Montgomery County Community College where I could sit and loose and have the teacher talk, say, look, I'm not going to give you a tester. I want you to listen what I have to say. You don't have to write down everything I'm saying, okay? And that turned education around for me. I was interested in, I wanted to know about history. I wanted to do some writing, you know, and I didn't get it until I went to college.
Learning how to learn, that is so important, and that's what our faculty
If you learn how to learn, you learn, and you become smart, and you get a good job, you know.
It helps our students get a job. It also helps our students transfer. So we have great relationships with our four-year colleges and universities. So any parents that are watching the show should be thinking about the value of the community college those first 2 years and how our credits transfer anywhere in the country. But we have very strong transfer partnerships.
Wait, run that by me again.
Our credits will transfer to any college or university in the country.
Okay.
And we also have very sound transfer agreements with selective colleges like Bucknell and Dickinson and Bryn Mawr and Lehigh, Temple. I mean, I can begin to, geez, there are probably 30 or so that we have solid transfer agreements, meaning that you come to Montgomery County Community College, we mirror your first 2 years to that of the institution that you want to transfer to.
Right. You know,
and you save $45,000 in doing that, if you think about
doing that.
Yeah.
Well, so, all right, I want to get some information. I'm a parent. I want to get some information. What do I do? Who do I call? What number?
Oh, well, you can go on our website, www.mc3.edu. Right. Go up onto the About Montgomery County Community College. That'll take a parent into our admissions area, and you can contact someone right from there. Someone will be right back in touch with you.
Education, right?
Education.
Experience.
Absolutely.
Get out there. If you want to swim, you got to get in the water, okay?
Well, what's the one? Take a lesson from the turtle, which never gets anywhere until it sticks its neck out.
Right.
Right
so,
from the words of
you got that. You got
Cisco Kid's words of wisdom.
And all sunshine makes deserts. You have a bad day, say, you know, if you want a beautiful garden, you have to have rain, the snow, and everything that goes with it. But let me give you a little thing here that Mrs. Hirschberger, I remember teachers' names. She was in charge of interviewing teachers for elementary school. And I was a motorcycle policeman here, you see, and I used to wear the gloves, and my fingers used to get dirty. So just how important it is when you go for an interview. You got all this education, now you go for an interview. And you know what she told me? She says, you know, when I interview a student, or I mean a teacher that's going to get a job, and I look at his fingernails, and if I see he has dirty fingernails, I say, well, if he don't take care of his fingernails, how's he going to take care of somebody else? You know, I thought to myself, I wonder how dirty, now my finger's like this. I always keep my fingers clean. And then,
well, that's the attention to the small
details.
And
then I moved, I went on Powell Street, and I had an Irish gravedigger at St. Patrick's Church. He was over there living next to me, and I needed some dirt in my backyard. I asked him to get a bushel of dirt from the cemetery, St. Patrick's Cemetery. He said, we don't have dirt at St. Patrick's Cemetery. I said, well, he says, we have soil. He says, dirt you find under your fingernails. So you learn a lot outside the school, and you bring it in here, over there. Keep your mind full.
Do you remember any of your teachers from Montgomery County Community College?
Oh, Mr. Long, and there's one. He was a German teacher. He took a liking to me, and he always gave me good marks, you know. And he would sometimes get me to go up to class or psychology or so. And then we had another guy that was had a big demonstration in Norristown, and he was leading the demonstration. And I was, you know, one of the police officers. I was, you know, going the other way. Next thing you know, he's a teacher. He's in the class. He says, Hank, he says, I appreciate when I was working there. I thought I was doing something good, but I didn't realize that the police officer had a job to do.
Well, you started at the Conshohocken campus, right?
No.
Oh, you started in Bluebell.
What?
When you came, yeah, you started in Bluebell.
The first
building. The first
you know.
building. Then I think they opened in 1972.
And then the
How old were you? How old were you when you came to
I
Montgomery?
don't know. Wow, whatever. I don't know.
Were you?
I'm
you were-
91 now,
well,
so I was 28, 29, I don't know.
So you were an adult student, and that's the other thing that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned today.
I want you to.
The average age of a student at Montgomery is about 27, and we have a lot of students right out of high school, but we have a lot of students who are adult students that are coming back to college. They have credits, they want to complete a degree, they're in the workforce and they need new additional skills to remain employed. They're unemployed and they want to get a new skill to get reemployed. So we do a lot of work with adult students. That's really something that's really important.
That's something, people don't realize, an educated country is, I guess, I don't know if I call it educated country. I think it's the system, the educational system.
Well,
people knock it. What's the problem? Is there any?
Well, a
I
lot of
put
people.
you in charge now. What do you want to do to change?
A lot of people in the world believe that the United States has the best higher education system in the world, globally. And there's some evidence that we do. We are the only country that has has community colleges, that has open access colleges, meaning that you can come to the community college and you don't have to have certain grades or certain test scores to get into the college.
Oh, okay.
What you need to have is an attitude that you want to get an education, and we will meet you where you are and customize your pathway.
You have to have what? Attitude.
Attitude.
Okay, let me tell you.
You have a quote on
Newt
attitude.
Rockney was a great football coach from Notre Dame, and they asked him one time, Newt Rockney, what do you look for in a football player? A guy that's a good passer, a good runner, a good, tackler? I'm looking for a guy that has the desire to play. If he has a desire to play, he'll make a good football player. If he don't have desire, he can be a good, how many athletes or show people destroy their careers because they change attitudes or whatever else they do, So attitude. And it took me till I got to college to realize I liked education. I want to learn so much. Then I had 3 kids to take care of. I had a job on the police department, and still doing it, So all I'm saying is get that education while you're in school.
And that's one of the things that I would also reference is that the community college is designed to be affordable. So a lot of people think, well, the community college doesn't cost a lot, so it must not be as good. That's totally not true.
Oh, yeah.
That's totally not true. We're designed to be affordable. We're also designed to be of a high quality.
Yeah.
And I think parents that are out there thinking about the daunting cost of higher education and beginning to plan a pathway for their sons and daughters to get access to college should definitely be thinking about community colleges as that entry point for their sons and daughters to get a college degree. We have one of the students we profiled in our campaign, our private fundraising campaign, and he sticks in my mind because he was our commencement speaker a couple of years ago, and his name's Antonio. Antonio started at the community college, transferred on a honors scholarship to Dickinson College, got into medical school, and now is on his way to becoming a doctor.
Wow.
Community colleges in this country are one of the primary feeders into PhD programs in this country, and people don't realize that so many advanced degree holders started their career at a community college. I didn't start my career at a community college, but I did attend a community college.
They didn't have them, did they?
Well, no, they did. They had them when you were. You can't pull that on me. But when I finished my bachelor's degree and I wanted to get my master's degree, I went back to the community college to grab some credits to help me be better positioned to get into my master's program.
Hey,
you can't kidder, right?
Well, let me tell you.
That's not on here.
Well, you're holding up. Look at you. You look like a high school student, and here you're.
Oh, well, thank you.
The president.
Well, thank you.
Here's
Thank
another
you.
picture here when I was a policeman, and I just want to show you.
And do you know who trains most of the police officers in Montgomery County?
Huh?
Do you know where most of the police officers
Yeah,
in Montgomery
they go-
County go to
right,
the
right,
Municipal
right,
Police
right.
Academy at the college? You're right.
All right, we got 30 seconds.
We
Tell
have
me.
30 seconds.
Hey, go ahead. Tell me something about the college. What do you leave me with? We need money, right?
Well, anybody that's
Right.
interested in helping
All
the
right, here's a
college-
boxing glove. You're going to need a boxing glove.
Oh boy, I have. Oh,
All right. You're
okay.
going to need one
I'm
of
gonna
these here, too.
All right, these are the things I'll take with me to
Yeah.
my next job at
Yeah,
Achieving
you
the
got
Dream.
this
This
here.
is wonderful.
I got
This
one for
I have-
her. You got one for your helper there.
Okay, all
You got
right,
one
all
for
right.
the other
I
one
have
over
to
there.
put these on.
Look at there,
Okay.
so, all right.
Is this?
Wait, we got one more here for that. You know
Oh,
what that's
well,
for?
what is this for?
You know, here it is. Give me your glasses.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Here it is. Invention.
Should I trust this man with my glasses?
Hey, it cleans
Cleaning
your
the
glasses.
glasses. How about that? That's pretty cool.
All right.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
ladies and gentlemen, thanks a lot for allowing us to come in and
And thank
tell
you.
some stories
Thank
about.
you for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Well,
Real
listen,
pleasure.
lots of luck and keep
Thank
bobbing.
you. I will.
And
I
in
will.
boxing, they say bob and weave, slip and slide, and keep your trunks off the canvas. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
you. Here. And we say in Italian,
Cheers.
alla salute, to your health.
Thank you.
Adios. Home. Believe me, education is so important, and the community college has been moving forward. They need help financially. So help make a phone call to your state senator, whoever it may
would be
be,
helpful, too.
corporations and all. I know they gave some money, say, yeah, but come up with a little bit more. So until we meet again, keep bobbing and weaving, slip and slide. May God bless each and every one. Adios, amigos.